Order of Light presents a new era of contact, UFO sightings and strange anomalies, secret space programs and off-world adventures, advanced technologies and new discoveries, extraterrestrial abductions and contactees. Now is the time to speak. As we explore the unknown, the uncertain, and unseen, we are the disclosure, and these are those stories.
Hello, all of you wonderful beings of light. Welcome back to the new era of contact. I have my good friend Angel Wings that most of you probably know from the chat. Every week she's in there talking to all of you. I have her here today to go over her journey, some of the experiences and things she's encountered and things she has felt and learned about through her spiritual journey. And it's going to be an amazing one. Her and we talked the other day for a while. I'm like, oh, this is really awesome. And I know certain parts of it, when you first hear it, you may say, whoa, but when you actually listen to what's going on, for example, dragon wings, unicorn energy horns, and things of this nature, it may seem a little too much to comprehend. But when you actually listen to what's going on, it's really compelling stuff, and it's a lot about energy, vibrations, density, past lives, who we are, who we always were, and who we will always be. And there's a lot of things within our spiritual journeys that are representations of who we were once before. And with that being said, Angel Wings has been such a crucial part of this community, showing love, watching all the guests every week, just like all of you that are watching now, which we all love you, and we want to take the time to say that. And I really appreciate all the members of the channel and everyone that comes out every week. And she's a big part of that. And she's sat back, she's listened to others, she's provided amazing questions, always has been respectful, never has shown any sort of negative intention towards any of the guests we've had on the show. And that's what it's all about. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to come together, share our experiences in hopes that it connects with others. So, with that being said, Angel Wings, welcome to the show. How are you doing? And can you tell everyone that knows you up in the live chat right now and watching this, can you tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Oh, sure. I mean, it's an amazing adventure. I tell you that. A lot of it starts off with a lot of dark, but it lightens up, and there's always light within dark, and it's all about discovering yourself, and it's amazing. But when you're a stronger soul, it just seems like it affects you your whole life. I know some people are able to be blocked, but a lot of us aren't. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I basically knew from 8 years old, I knew I was something very, very special. And I was fascinated with angels. And I'd ask my mom over and over about angels and unicorns specifically. I just had a fascination with them, and now I know why. After a soul discovery and working, I'm learning that I work with unicorn energy, and I work with angels. I work with guardians. I have a guardian role.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then when I was a kid, I always ask my mom about that stuff. And of course, you get the typical human mundane answer. Oh, there's no such thing. You can't be that. There's no way you're that. There's no way you can. And you're not doing this. I mean, the whole world is like against you when you know different.
Mm-hmm.
It gets hard when the whole world is like all against you.
Absolutely.
And no matter what, I always kept a positive attitude. And sometimes I wondered why, and now I know why. It's because I think I always, when I was young growing up, I've always been able to channel that fun unicorn energy and that angel positive light attitude, and always uplift people.
Now, I want to ask you something because going back, you said this all started when you were 8 years old, correct?
Mm, yep, I
Now,
knew it.
what was it at 8 years old that really opened up your eyes to all of this? What happened, if you could go over that?
Um, I'm not really sure. I just always knew it's like something like I want to say like I was a conscious channeler. I had things that would talk through me and talk to me.
And you just realized that at 8 years old. So
Mm,
it was kind of always there, but at 8 years old, you finally picked up on these things that have always been there. Maybe there's
mhm.
a little bit more to them, and then you kind of started to pay attention from there.
Yeah. I think it
Okay.
I think I think it happened actually eight if I remember. Yeah, my sister's 4 years apart. It was when my sister was in that severe fire at 4 where she was clinically dead. She was dead for 2.5 minutes. And the EMT wouldn't give up on her. He was constantly trying to save her life. And I I think I felt something then because I was at school at the time and it was weird. It's like when the teacher told me I already knew what was going on and to not be scared or afraid, everything would be fine.
Oh wow. So
Mhm.
that right there, that answers the question. What happened at 8 years old? You know, it was that situation with your sister that was 4 years younger, correct? And
Mhm.
she essentially passed away, a near death experience. And it
Mhm.
seems like you picked up on that energy. And for once, although you had these energies your whole life, that energy was someone you knew whose energy it was
Mhm.
in life, which probably helped connect that. And if it is your little sister in a time of need, spiritually, astrally, you're going to go towards your big sister.
Mhm.
No doubt about it. So that sounds like that was when you said, okay, something's going on here.
Mhm. Yeah,
so
because it was like the connection to her. It's like I was helping, in a way, astrally helping her come back.
that's what she did indeed end up doing. She's came back. She's healthy now. She's with us.
Mhm.
Perfect. That's
Yep.
amazing to hear. And has she had any experiences? Because I've had a lot of guests with NDEs that come on and they've had a lot of experiences. And did her experience with that ever interact to your experiences?
Well, the the strange part about that was, it was like after she came back, it was like she was a different person. It's like I didn't quite resonate with her, but yet I did. I don't know. It was like she came back different, and me and her fought for a long time, and then finally we came back together and recognized each other more. I don't know. It's kind of strange, really,
Hmm.
and because I actually talk to her and I hang out with her more now that I'm older. As a kid, it was like she was a foreign entity. It was weird. I know that's mean
Well,
to say, but that's kind of what it was like. I don't know. It's kind of weird how things you remember.
you can't be the same person once you go to that plane and come back.
Mhm.
You can't be. And also in those situations, it's a prior time for walk-ins and other things of that nature, many different explanations to kind of enter because that vessel is empty for a little bit. So there's a lot of different ways of looking at
Mhm.
it. But regardless, the plain out facts, once you go through an experience like that, you are not going to come back the same person. And so many of my guests have brought that up over and over. So that probably explains a lot of, this ain't the person I knew before. Wow.
Yeah.
And
I
so
know.
moving on with your experiences, so you had that at 8 years old where you had this experience and your sister got burnt up, passed away, came back, etc. You feel that you knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Moving forward, how did things progress once you realized this and you started to continue down your journey?
Well, I've always been led by something. I was always on my own path, and everyone always called me weird. It's kind of funny. I was always called an alien in school
Yeah,
because I'm different. I go at my own flow, and I raise everybody's frequencies, and I'm always trying to help, and I'm always so positive. And the strange thing, people find that weird. I'm like, why is it weird that I'm always positive?
yeah, exactly. That's
I
a
mean,
good thing.
yeah. Even I mean, I have so much dark like always coming at me, and I'm still positive. I mean, it still gets to me, but it's more of like a cleansing process because I'm an empath. So all that negativity that comes at me filters right through.
Yeah. And unfortunately, because you are that, you have to have it. You pick up on it. You sense it, you know?
Hmm.
It's tough.
I know, and I believe that's how I ended up with a higher guardian role, is because I'm able to deal with that really well.
Hmm.
Some days I wonder though, but you
It's
always
not
have that.
easy.
Yeah, you always wonder, but I'm pr- pretty good at just transmuting all that into light and removing all the bad stuff out of it, including stuff from the sun too, all them solar flares.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yep.
I'm working with the solar flares and all that. I'm like a shield.
A reflective shield.
Hmm.
Nothing wrong with that.
Except for that last one that came through. It was last week, and man, I felt, and it was so weird. I'm like so connected to it consciously that I felt sunburnt.
Yeah.
I even had a red spot on my back,
Oh,
like
wow.
my
Really?
yeah, yeah. It's like I manifested it because it was like so strong, such a strong sensation spiritually.
And this was in November?
Uh-huh. I know there was no sun out at all, and I still got sunburnt. I'm like, this is weird.
And yeah, and you live up north, and you should definitely not be getting sunburned this time of the year up there at all whatsoever. That's strange. That's weird.
I know, and I'm like, well, that's. And then it makes me, man, I wonder, can I make my wings show up? That'd be cool.
Do you think you're ultra sensitive? Is that
Yeah,
what's going on? So, like, for example, not everyone is having this happen to them. Is it because you're ultra sensitive to the gamma rays coming from our particular sun?
yeah.
Oh,
I think
wow.
it's. I feel like I'm part of the sun, like I'm from the sun.
Hmm.
That's,
I mean,
that's,
at the end of the day, we're all stardust, are we not? we
yeah.
all we all come from it somehow, some way. Um,
And well, it's like I'm becoming more one with my higher self, like duality is becoming singular. It's like they're fusing together more and more, and so it's more intense. So I feel everything more. It's like I feel everything through my skin, energy wise.
mhm.
Like I
And
can sense everyone's emotions and everyone's problems through chat. It's almost like I'm a guardian in the chat. It's kind of weird.
yeah, it's good,
Hmm.
picking up on people's emotions. And along with your experiences, as we said, started at 8 and you kept on going on and you had these senses, these encounters. And did you ever have anything astrally going on? And if so, when did that start occurring? And did you have guides or beings or, something going on a higher energetic uh, realm or density going on? And around what age did that start for you?
Well, my whole childhood after 8, I had like very lucid dreams, and I could daydream in the middle of the day. I was I was always I think I was always being talked to by something. It's like I'd space out and just lucid dream and just think about things, and I think at one point when I was like 13, That's when I really sensed the unicorn presence, because I would actually seriously hardcore research unicorns and find every single unicorn book I could. It was like a mission. It's like I had to do this. And I'd even pretend I was leading one, because you know how they read that if you slip a bridle on the unicorn, a golden one, they can keep it. That's how you trap one. I don't know if that's true or not. So I'd pretend I'd lead one around with this golden little scarf I had tied around.
Trying to trap a unicorn. Look at you.
Yeah, I know.
Deceiver.
Well, to find out it was myself, and like, oh, that's kind of funny now that I put that two and two together. It's just like a reflection of myself that I was doing.
And with this unicorn energy, because I know a lot of people out there may have a hard time comprehending that, due
Hmm.
to the world we live. What about this energy? Was there anything going on with you astrally or spiritually that resonated or connects you to this unicorn energy?
Well, I think that's where my happy-go-lucky comes from. Constantly super happy, because it's like a playful, giddy energy. It's
Hmm.
like I'll catch a wind of it every so often, and I'll catch some of it, and I'll just laugh. That's where all the laughter comes from.
Yeah, it's good. And what we know of unicorns, they do laugh a lot, according to media and movies and stuff like that. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
Charlie the unicorn. But yeah, and other than that, was there anything else, energetically speaking, that your soul resonated with the unicorns?
Mm, well, I think it was more so when I was doing that hardcore research, and thinking back to it now, that's what it was. I had a unicorn presence a lot helping me, so I probably have a unicorn guide too, working with
Yeah.
me through those energies. And
Wow.
I noticed I healed more faster than most people too. I'd have like I was spraying the ankle, and I'd be good in 3 days. And I just have so many things wrong with me a lot. I was in trouble. I was a troublemaker. And I even my dad was fixing a roof when I was a kid. How old was I? I don't remember. I think it was like, I think 14 at the time, maybe a little younger. But they were doing the roof, and they said stay out of there with my bare feet, because I was always barefooted all the time outside. And
Hmm.
I managed to step on a nail in a board, and I put my foot down to pull it out, and I kid you not, I stepped on another one and I was stuck all the way
Oh
through.
no.
Yes, I couldn't
So
believe
two
that.
of them.
Two
Two
of
of
them.
them.
My dad picked me up, took the hammer to it, and carried me to the house.
Oh man. Whew. I bet
Hmm.
that was not fun. And to mention, as we should mention, you are a redhead, so
Hmm.
that solves it all right there.
Yep. It takes a lot to put us down. For some reason, I noticed that we like have a strong pain tolerance. Because I didn't even feel it at first, and then I looked down and I was stuck. I'm like, oh no.
You have a very high pain tolerance. This is scientifically proven because our bodies produce a lot more of whatever that is that deals with that. Hence why when we go under surgeries and things like that, we
Hmm.
need like double or triple the amount of anesthesia because our body rejects it because we're tough cookies.
Oh yeah, I went through surgery actually during all this awakening process, 2020, for a hysterectomy. And he actually did say there was a complications where I stopped breathing for a little bit, but they fixed it.
Wow, cool.
I, I got something always looking out for me.
Yeah, something. And when you say these somethings looking out for you and your team and some of these beings, can you go more into details with some of the messages and things you've learned about your team, your guys, your people, and how they've helped you through those big moments in your life and big experiences?
Mm-hmm. Uh, my first one I was aware of was a white cat. I had a white cat for like it must have been like a guardian now that I've got other cat guardians. She was real special and she kept me out of trouble a lot. She was always around, always stirring up stuff. But then the other one after that was an orca. I would have lucid dreams swimming with an orca all the time. I mean, I'd literally be in the water, almost like I was like doing a mission. And that was a long time. I had that orca for a long time working with me. Probably because I'm a Pisces too. Water.
Yeah. And that's interesting. Just last week, I had Kendra Strand talking about her whale, her Akashic higher dimensional energetic well being she was working with. And you're saying this about, having this whale, this orca whale being that kind of just helped you along the way. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And then the unicorn came into play. I think the unicorn was a lot to help keep me going and help keeping me understanding the energies and stuff. And I firmly believe too that there was my psychic guardian. Protection with my mind. Protected my mind a lot from things trying to enter and protecting a lot from a lot of being dark ones trying to mess with me.
Hmm.
So
Things
I
around you, guarding you, protecting you from other
mhm,
energies.
yeah.
Hmm.
So I think I got lucky. I've had a lot of protection.
Yeah.
Some real strong beings. And then recently, I don't know if it was a visitor or a guide. I think it's also one of my guides too that I resonate with. It's a lion, a white lion, this big, robust, huge white lion with wings.
A white lion with wings.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, I
And
had one
and
come to me during a Lionsgate meditation.
808 Lions Gate. Yeah, 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 yeah. Are you a Leo by chance?
No, no,
You're a
I'm a Pisces.
Pisces? Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, you're water sign, and yeah, so I'm a Leo, so that's
Hmm.
cool. Water and fire.
Yeah. Well, that's funny too, is that I'm a Pisces, but I have some Aries traits too. I'm like a little mixture. Because I'm right on the
Yeah.
borderline. March 20th is like I believe the cutoff line.
Oh, you're close to the cusp. Yeah.
Hmm. So
Wow.
I'm extra talented.
A little bit of both worlds.
Or extra screwed, however you want to see it.
Yeah, exactly. And with these experiences you had and things like this, right? So your name is Angel Wings. Where does that come into play? How are you rolling with that? What does that mean? How are you associated? You describe these other beings. You describe the whale, the unicorn, and all of that going on. When it comes to angels, what's your interpretation? What's going on with that? Did you ever have any experiences with that? Is there a reason you resonate?
Yep, I had my own personal encounter where I feel I actually uh etherically feel I earned my wings. I earned my etherical wings because I had a encounter with an actual entity that had possessed somebody.
Oh wow. When
Mm.
was this?
It was when I was in Alaska and I was 26.
In Alaska. Whoa.
Yeah.
And someone was possessed, you said? Can you
Yeah,
describe that?
the first encounter I kind of was pushed to run away from. It must have been like to sense, almost like a training thing to like tell what's dark or understand myself more.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I mean, this guy was like high on who knows what, drunk who knows what, and that's when things are let in. That's why I don't drink anymore. after
Mm-hmm.
learning that. Well, at least less, especially with everything increasing. It's like I'm not gonna touch alcohol unless I want to see something.
Yeah.
But it was just sitting there holding a guitar, really strange. It wasn't even human. I'm like, I kept pointing and it's like nobody would see it. I'm like, because he was just sitting there like strumming the guitar, like really weird and just kind of out of it. And when I looked closer, he had pitch black eyes.
Whoa. Whoa.
Pitch black. And I mean, I could feel the dark. I could feel that. And everything raised in the back of my neck. Everything was, it was like an electrical no, 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 bad
Yeah.
vibe. And because I have never done that to nobody, but my boyfriend at the time, I physically drug him out because he would not listen to me. And I put him in the car and I said, "You're going home. We're leaving."
Wow.
Because
And
everyone was partying there and getting drunk and nobody was. But I'm like, nope, nope. And then I ran into him again at another party, which is bizarre. It's almost like I was supposed to.
wait. The same guy that was playing guitar with the black eyes?
Mm-hmm.
You ran
He was
into
at
him
another
again.
party. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. And I didn't think much of it, because I wasn't really tuned into exactly who I was at the time.
Okay.
I just knew I was something really special and I had like gifts and I could tell things apparently where to go after this. Because he was sitting at the table drinking and drinking. I guess he drank a whole bottle or a whole box of wine by himself, mixed with all sorts of different alcohol, and he's already on a roll. And they were trying to take, when he'd get up and walk off, it just wasn't normal. It was like lanky, gangly, like he had no control. It was like he was, and not just from drunk. It wasn't drunk. It was like a different, completely different type of movement.
Mm-hmm.
If you, oh, it's hard to describe, but you get what I mean, right? Like it wasn't human. It wasn't even a drunk norm. It was just different.
Strange, abnormal,
Yeah.
irregularly not human, drunk or sober. Something
Yeah.
was different. Obviously, you were at parties and stuff. I'm sure there was other people that had quite a few drinks. You get to see how they're operating and acting. Something
Hmm.
was off with this character
Yeah.
beyond being drunk or anything like that.
Yeah, they
Huh.
took his knife away from him and hid it. They took all the knives in the house and hid it from him because
Mm-hmm.
apparently that's what he goes for, his knife and stuff. So they got that away from him. But then he grabbed a hold of my boyfriend's arm and he wouldn't let him go.
Mm-hmm.
And I put both of my hands on his arm. I dug my fingers in and I said, "Let go now." And
Mm-hmm.
at first he didn't listen to me. So I put all my energy into it, everything at once. And I said, "Let go." And he went like this and looked at me. And then
Well,
he,
like, how did you do that?
and I looked straight through him, through his dark eyes. There was nothing there. It was just blackness and darkness. I just looked straight into him anyway. I wasn't afraid of him. I wanted to fight him. I wasn't afraid at all. And it, he looked at me and this is what I wonder if anybody noticed. That's what I keep trying to go back and ask anybody. But of course, they were all drinking. And I actually hadn't had any alcohol at all because I
Mm-hmm.
had actually just gotten there and we weren't really doing a whole lot. So you can't say I was drunk. I didn't have nothing. But he bowed and said, "I respect your authority," and fled the
What?
house.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I mean, look, here's the thing. When you're dealing with drunk people that are acting belligerent and wild and stuff, they don't listen to no one or nothing. So
Hmm.
that says something else. He bowed and he left. You said he
Hmm.
left.
He fled the house. And kid you not, the cops finally showed up after I forced him to leave the house and they tased the heck out of him over and over and over. It was bizarre.
After he left.
Yeah, after he left and was away from the house, he got tased so many times, just
Wow.
flopping down the street. And then it's like he was something completely different. So whatever it was, I made it leave.
Wow. Wow. That's an intense, but I mean that's a part of the journey. So,
Mm-hmm.
and that was kind of, as you mentioned, right? Kind of like a test for you to
Mm-hmm.
realize your power and your will. That was the moment where it clicked. Oh, I have a little bit more authority, as he said,
Yeah.
and power than I realized. Wow.
Oh, and this is and because of that, that's where I got these from. You can see them.
Wings. Yeah,
My
big
my wings.
wings. Yep. And
And
the wings come from that story. Is that
yep,
what's going on? Okay.
yep, that's what started my wings. And then my initial name came later when I actually started to get into the gaming community, and I would literally ran into this dark guy, not dark energy, but actual dark person. But he was playing, and his name was Demon Wings.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was playing with him all the time. So I'm like, hey, well, why don't I just make my name and call myself Angel Wings?
Yeah, creative. And that's it.
Uh-huh. And from there, it's always been Angel Wings. It just became another persona.
What video game was it? Out of curiosity.
A Path of Exiles.
Okay, okay. Just for anyone out there, it might be into that stuff. I don't got time for video games. I'm too busy, but I know a
Yeah, I
lot of
don't have.
people do play them.
Yeah, I don't have too much time anymore. But then I'd also play Skyrim.
Okay, that one I'm more familiar with. That's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, Diablo.
Yep. So after you had this experience where you kind of realized your authority, hence the wings and your association with them, and after that point of being in Alaska, did you have any other encounters with beings down the road? Did you have anything spiritually, energetically happen to you that you thought, well, that was strange?
Well, a lot of it was in the dream realm. Like literally, your dreams are more than people say. I can definitely vouch for that because I actually dreamed of myself. I was an angel after that. And with that boyfriend I was with, I think I was with him for a reason. It's like I was setting him free from something because I had a dream. I was an angel swooping in, and I yanked him from a chain that was chaining him to something. He was chained up and like a prisoner of something, and I pulled him out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But then he couldn't handle what was after that, and I didn't know. So maybe it's like a lesson in freeing something too soon before they're ready.
True.
Because after that, it's like he kind of lost touch with a lot of things. Like it
Mm-hmm.
was too much.
Wow.
I kind of felt bad. I did everything I could to try to protect him and help him, but in the end, it got too much, and so we parted ways. He put me in jail. Can
Oh my God. It's not good.
you imagine an angel in jail? Oh God, I was miserable. It was terrible, and it was only one time overnight. It was weird. I was like crying and mad, and they actually let me out of my cell a few times to have coffee and hang out.
Oh
It
my
was
goodness.
weird. They felt
Yeah.
bad for me. The guys that put me in jail. I said, dude, he's drunk. He was keeping me awake.
Yeah.
I mean, of
Wow.
course, I'm going to defend myself when he acts nuts.
Yeah. So moving forward, and were there any other experiences that occurred as you went down the road, going deeper?
A lot of astral stuff.
Okay.
A lot of dreaming, connecting to astral things, a lot of connecting to past lives, a lot of war memories. I was a blue bean once, and it's like I could hold a crystal in my palm and shoot out a laser beam from my hands.
Mm, that's interesting.
I know. I'm like, where did that come from? So I already had kind of a thing attachment with crystals then,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't actually start
Was
collecting
it
crystals.
was it energy that would shoot out your hands? Would you say it was like an energy that would
Yeah,
shoot out?
yeah, it was like a beam.
Well, I mean, we're in higher densities, we're able to manifest our Merkaba, like
Hmm.
physically and like cloak it around us and even create crafts to fly around in. So why not, be able to shoot it out of your hand?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And to me, it wasn't more of a kill. It was more of a purification light. It was like
Okay.
purifying everything.
Yeah. To is frequency,
Mm.
vibration. That's what light is, and it depends on the source of the light. That
Mhm.
could actually help things, help increase things, and help heal things.
Mhm.
That's
Then
cool.
yeah, and then uh, I'm what they call. I learned later on that I'm a dream walker. Oh, that's a tripping
Dreamwalker.
sound.
What
That's a
what's a
trip.
dreamwalker? Can you explain that real quick?
It's where I like assist people in a dream, or I need to be present in someone else's dream. It's like my consciousness is there, and sometimes I remember and sometimes I don't.
Hmm.
And it's like my consciousness will remember something that's really important, but other than that, it's just like almost kind of like just doing a job. So I literally am doing like angel things in my sleeps.
Helping and assisting other people in their higher astral forms and dream states and lucid
Hmm.
dreams. You're just kind of a person that just floats around and, hey, what's going on? You need a hand? All right, see you later. Good night.
Oh
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Well, one of them wasn't the greatest. I actually had an up close encounter. Now that I think about it and connect the dots, which is really trippy, how I could physically connect the actions from someone to something else later in life. It's just bizarre. Because I was like, my consciousness was inside this dark being with black wings. And, I didn't understand it at first. And I thought I was a monster. I was like, I thought I was the monster. And now that I understand it, I had merged partial consciousness, probably trying to stop the monster. But it was a Apollyon,
Oh, wow.
that dark angel that of the abyss, I think. Someone was trying to summon him, I think.
Hmm.
Men, because someone actually got a picture of him too. It was like 2015 or 14, maybe. It's actually sure exact when, but he like manifested himself with the black wings and all in like Spain or France or somewhere over there. And I could actually connect him to somebody that I ran into, which I probably am not supposed to talk about, but so I'm not going to mention who it is. But it's just how because he took pictures. The people that took the pictures, I remembered in my dream as vividly seeing all that, so I could connect
So
it. And I'm like,
you
oh yeah, I knew who that is. I was there.
so you kind of connected with that situation through the photo. You kind of connected through it from its perspective,
Yeah,
not the people's perspective, from its perspective.
yeah, the monster's perspective.
Wow, that's insane. And have you caught yourself in other situations like that as well?
um,
Other
I
beings?
not that I can remember offhand, but I probably have. But most of the time, it's like I'm trying to stop or protect people from dark.
Okay.
So, and and maybe bring a light to what some of those angels really are, and bring light to what some of them are. They're not intentionally bad. I firmly believe that because the archangels aren't bad. It's who summons them. Somehow they manifest that energy and manifest them almost like partial control and make them do the bad. And it's not them actually, it's the person controlling behind it. So it's like an illusion. It's like an illusionary effect that gives misrepresentation so that they don't call on angels to help them. It's like, you know what I mean? Like it's creating the opposite situation to make you fear us
Yeah.
when we're
To
actually
to
trying to help.
use, not to help. People are just to use these things and not to help them, vice versa.
Hmm.
can cause a lot of issues. And everyone out there, angels, demons, what these beings are a lot more than the titles of those words. Those words are words used to describe things we don't comprehend, we don't understand. If it's positive and we don't understand it, we call it an angel. If it's negative and we don't understand it, we call it a demon. But
Mhm.
indeed, these energies, these beings, they do indeed exist, and they are a lot more than just those simplified human title confined boxes that we have to
Mhm.
put on everything. Powerful entities, and you got to be careful when you're
Mhm.
dealing with stuff like that, for sure.
And, and see, that's another thing when I learned going through the transition. When I'm unbalanced, it affects other people because I'm a projector and reflector, and I do both. And so when I get really intense into my emotions and I'm not in check, it affects other people and that comes off as being attacked, but I'm not attacking. I just have a strong energy
Hmm.
because I've noticed the difference in energy levels. You
Yeah.
could like physically feel that sensation of a stronger energy presence. And
Yeah.
it's not always bad either. It gets hard to decipher, and sometimes it's just an entity having a bad day.
Yeah. All things are able to be good and bad. It's a part of universal principles, nature. It's just how things work, and no different for higher dimensional beings, extraterrestrial, crypto-terrestrial, and many other different interesting things out there.
And actually, that's what I wanted to do with my channel, YouTube channel. I'm trying to like bring everything together. Oh God, it's hard to bring. The UFO phenomena, the star seed. I mean, there's a connection to everything, all in one, and people just don't see it. It's all connected, though.
Hmm.
And I
It
just want to bring
really
light
is.
light to it.
And to break that statement down, simplify it, Nikola Tesla, real quick, to understand the universe, think of terms of frequencies and vibrations.
Mhm.
So if everything is this, everything is connected. And it just so happens that the strange things that happen to people, the reason why they are strange to begin with is because they're happening in a vibrational frequency that they are not accustomed to, whether
Mhm.
these are beings coming here to this planet's density or higher density craft flying through the sky and creating light, these light crafts and things of this nature, our ancestors, relative visiting us after they pass away and we just see them walking by. It's all frequency and vibration. That's what it
Mhm.
is. And it is absolutely all connected. I
Mm.
agree. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and I see the connection, and then so many people fight and argue about things that don't mean nothing. Well, honestly, and I'm not trying to be like a belief buster, but honestly, a lot of that stuff is not really important. I mean, there's so many other things going on that you need to be more aware of. You got to be aware of more, not just right here.
Yep. Be aware, be open minded, listen, observe what is around you, what you see in your day to day life. Try to be the best human being you can be to help others, and keep it simple. It's
Yeah.
good, it helps.
Mhm. And I always try to say perspectives are the eye of the beholder. Your perspective is how you let it be. If you are willing to let go of that box altogether and just branch out and just let things flow and just let it happen, let new information come to you, and you'll know. I mean, most of the problem is honestly just a lack of information,
Hmm.
a lack of understanding. That's what it is. And but if you can't let yourself understand something new, then how are you going to change your perspective? And how are you going to change yourself to be something better and higher?
Exactly. And once we understand that we are all in the same boat of not understanding, there is no being on this planet that knows everything within the universe. And with that being within mind, it's really important for us to keep our minds open, to keep asking questions, to keep trying to connect with everything and to go from there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I even struggle with it myself, to be honest. And
Me too.
I, I work hard at it though. I try to accept other perspectives, other ideas as something new to consider at least.
It's important to always keep an open mind, not saying we have to resonate with everything, but just listen to everything and just keep it in the back of your head. And as you live your life and you find the other pieces of the puzzle we are all trying to put together,
Mm-hmm.
well, then you'll have another piece. And hopefully, someday, maybe not in this lifetime. I believe the billions of years our souls have been around, it's been this constant pursuit of knowledge, and it seems like we're never going to get there, but it's just what we keep doing. We keep
Mm-hmm.
trying, we keep collecting because all data and information that comes through us is filtered into the cosmic uh, generator, I guess you could say,
Mm-hmm.
the hard drive, the cosmic, the Akashic records, whatever people want to call it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I'm being directed. Oh yeah, something's reminding me to remember something. Oh, when we bring up my experiences and stuff. One of them was actually when I was at work. It was the most bizarre thing when I started discovering who I was. I was like, it was like I got myself into a meditation because I was at a really busy job. It was like a fiberglass factory where I had to watch two lines at the same time, keep a pultrusion machine constantly rolling. You're changing out stuff all the time. Somehow I had a extra time and I got everything done. I was scrubbing the trash can with acetone. The only way to get resin off of anything is acetone, at least to
Hmm.
that, according to them. But I just got zoned out, really getting it clean and really cleaned out. And I must have been just daydreaming or zoned out completely. I know it's kind of hard to explain, but suddenly I could see in my mind like four, maybe five light beams,
Hmm.
like bright white, so super bright.
White. Wow.
Yeah, just like four or five of them giving me information. I was even consciously like reiterating what they're telling me out loud. and and then and then I even said at one point I was supposed to be part of everything, trying to bring everyone together. Now I'm actually doing it, trying to anyway. But I was sitting there going, how am I supposed to tell everybody? Because they said I need to tell the entire world my information. The entire world needs to know. And I was sitting there dumbfounded, like, how am I supposed to do that?
Hmm.
Because at the time it was a little shocking because because I wasn't really into the community yet. I wasn't really into, and I was still digging around, still connecting energies to other places and still finding other people to talk to that are like we are.
Yeah, what was the main part of their message that these light beings gave to you? Was there like, if you could highlight it? I know with downloads, it can be a lifetime of discovering the information they give to us over time,
Hmm.
but the core of it, what was the overall message that they gave to you to share with the world?
See through the illusion of fear.
Ooh,
Fe- Feel through the illusion of all. Feel through the illusion because the illusion is key to freeing yourself from everything holding you hostage.
that's that's right. That's a good message. That's a
Yeah.
wonderful message. That's
Well,
amazing.
because I'm a fear releaser. That's what I do. And so I always overcome anything. And so I'm supposed to share that with others to understand we're stronger, we are light, we are 10 times stronger than we let ourselves believe. And that's why we're brainwashed constantly, where they try to turn us against each other. Basically, the entirety of all the fear That's why, is because they in turn are actually afraid of what we are.
Yeah, they're afraid of when fear is taken out of the equation, because when fear is taken out of the equation, all that is left is a powerful being of light, and
Hmm.
nobody got time for that, and they can't profit and make tons of money off of that one. So, yeah,
Yep.
it's dangerous. Yeah,
Yep.
that
So that,
source
yeah, that's
energy. Whew.
yeah, oh, definitely. And well, and we're all one, and we're all connected to each other, and it's just simply letting go, feel that connection, and it happens.
Hmm.
Just remove the hate, remove the hate from people you don't even know. I mean, how can you hate on people you have nothing know nothing about? It's just gets ridiculous.
Yeah, you
And then
just gotta focus on yourself, your own development, the universe within you, not within everyone else, and understand once you do that, you realize how you are connected to those people. Because we
mhm.
are, unfortunately, sometimes, but we are.
Oh yeah, that was a part of the other message too, is heal yourself because you are connected to everyone. Healing yourself heals the rest.
True,
Healing
absolutely.
healing yourself branches out and heals everybody else.
Yeah, it's hard to pour out your cup when your cup is empty. It's hard to
Hmm.
give on to others and do for others when your cup is absolutely dry. You have nothing to pour for others, so you must make sure that your cup is full before you pour it onto others.
Yep.
Absolutely. But oh, that's awesome. Amazing message, these beings. Do you have any idea what these light beings were? Who were they? Did they fill you in?
I
What happened with that?
I honestly think that was the first time I was contacted by the Angel Council.
Okay. So, it's hard to describe these
Hmm.
things. I'm sure they have names beyond names. I always say I believe that these beings, their names are frequency, hums, vibrations, not
Hmm.
necessarily, hi, my name's Gerald. I'll be your angel today.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of these beings, they have been known as such and such by human beings and the
Hmm.
titles humans have gave them, but I really have a deep feeling deep down inside there's something that they can't be our new language. How can they have
Hmm.
an English name that has only English is how old? These beings are infinite. You really think they have an English name or any other modern name when
Yeah.
these are beings that are billions of
Hmm.
years old? You really think they're going to be Raphael, Michael, etc.? No,
Yeah.
no.
And I've learned that's why a key to our power is emotions, because that's how they communicate. Emotions is energy. There's a different energy for each emotion, and once you can like fine tune it and sort that out, then you better understand what's going on. You'd be able to notice if it's ill intentions or if it's to help.
Yeah, when you feel and you pick up on that vibration, and
Mhm.
positivity and negativity, they both have their own hum, their own frequency. And those that are in tune, such as yourself, who have these empathic abilities, you're able to pick up on it quick. It's the
Yeah.
equivalent to a slow country song
Mhm.
to heavy
Mhm.
metal, death metal music. Like that is the difference in this frequency. Although I love metal music, not saying it's negative or bad, but just to understand that when you're in tune and you feel the negative and you feel the positive, it is a big difference. For
Mhm.
sure. For sure. That's awesome.
Well, well, and I used to attract so many people when I'd go out to a bar. It's so funny. I I actually got paid by guys. I know it's probably gonna sound terrible, but I would get paid to guys to watch me have fun. They loved watching how fun I was because my I'm sure I was glowing. My light was probably really high because I was having fun because I was listening to music. I was dancing. It was a lot when I was on the dance floor because I resonate a lot with the Archangel Sandalphon with the music and stuff.
Hmm.
That's what gets me rolling. It's music.
Music is powerful. Once
Hmm.
again, frequency and vibration, literally.
And
Music.
yeah, exactly. And you'd be surprised how uplifting it is. Even the goofiest song that gets you just to move. I mean, you can transmute that negative energy and turn it into positive while you're listening to it.
Yeah. When I lived in the Middle East, I studied Sufism, and they, worship Allah, creator of the universe. They spin around in circles and they dance, and they have these long white robes on, and they all spin and dance, and something about getting into the harmony, the heartbeat of Gaia, Terra, and spinning along with everything else in the universe, along with the molecules and atoms that form us individually. They are spinning around one another. It's in everything. It's in everything. And to dance and to get moving and it does connect us with everything for sure.
Yeah.
Raises our vibe.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's what a lot don't understand. If you're in a good place and a higher vibe, all you have to do is enter a room. You don't even have to verbally, talk with anybody in that room. Just be yourself. Let your light shine as bright as you can, and you'll start affecting everybody.
Hmm. Absolutely. No doubt about it. So yeah, now I know you got a little crystal collection, and you were talking to me, and she is like, "Can I show some of my crystals?" I was like, "Yes, yes, yes." I love that stuff, and oftentimes we don't get too much into it, but I know that you have a few unique pieces, and the reason I want her to share them with all of you is because she has connections and meanings, and these pieces actually seem to play some sort of role or connection in her life. There's a reason you're drawn to these pieces. So, if you could, please show us what you got, because it's a part of your story and your journey.
Yeah, I'll just start off the bat with my best one. I got this one right here,
Okay. Oh, wow. Look at that.
quartz crystal.
Big one.
Yep,
That's a chunky
it was.
piece right there. Wow.
It has a lot of energy in it. I put a lot of energy into it. And I noticed I'm a crystal charger. I put a lot of energy in because I'll get a crystal, a brand new one from a shop, and within 10 minutes it's glowing already.
Oh, wow.
Quartz does a lot. It amplifies other crystals also, and it helps whatever they do. And they do a lot.
Yeah.
And then I have this angel aura.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful. Oh, look at the colors, the rainbows in that when the light hits it.
Yeah, just trying to catch just the right light.
Oh, it's hitting. I see the rainbows in there. That's a beautiful piece right there.
Hmm.
And what does that one do for you? What would you say some of the properties are with that one? Because it's beautiful.
This enhances my aura, my own
Okay.
aura. It works with my light light of my aura, cleansing it, keeping it
Yeah.
nice. And this does the same thing.
Oh,
You see how extra shiny they are?
yeah. That's a beautiful light blue, right? A
Now
smoky
this is
blue.
I always pronounce it wrong. It's like not calcite, but the other one. It's like celsinite,
Selenite.
something like that.
Yeah. Wow. It's gorgeous. And what
I know.
does that one do for you?
And energy stabilizer. A lot.
Stabilizer.
Yep. A lot of them do like a bunch of energy things. Some of them I'm not even sure about, but I know like I subconsciously programmed them myself.
Hmm. Well, and with rocks and crystals, it's what it says to you. What do you
Hmm.
get from it? Each person is different per. And each crystal's different from one another. No two
That
pieces the same.
yeah, this one enhances a lot of things, and basically I use this one and this one to, like a shield. It, like boosts and enhances and strengthens my own aura like a shield.
Okay, so you use both together to
Yeah,
kind of create a shield. Awesome.
I
Very
sleep with
cool.
them.
Nothing wrong with that.
And this is rose quartz,
Oh, wow.
and it's shaped like a heart. This works specifically healing and working with your heart chakra.
Oh, that's awesome.
And,
Very
and th-
cool.
and this one, if you can see, has a slight rainbow to it. Got an aura to it also.
Towards the edges of it, you see it with the light hitting it a little bit. Yeah.
And
Wow.
then I have a pre-night.
Let me see that one. Oh, wow. That's nice. I like the darker strands of it in there. That's cool. It
Hmm.
almost looks like an algae. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Like it's alive.
that might be tourmaline in there even
Yeah,
mixed in with it.
it's a beautiful piece.
And I learned too some information I picked up is some of the crystals really help a lot of enhancing properties and also works with healing DNA strands. Your zodiac crystal works with that the most.
Yeah.
And there's
Oh,
just a clear quartz.
really clear. That one's really, really clear. That's
And
good.
extra shine boost I give it.
Yeah, it's shining.
Oh, there's another one.
Okay.
Well, and a lot of crystals too connect to energy. I mean, you could power things with crystals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And this is your selen- selenite. This absorbs negative energy and heals. Is a good healing.
It's beautiful. The cloudiness, kind of like the
Mhm.
crystal quartz, but cloudier. Beautiful.
Yeah, and a lot of crystals in general help with absorbing negative energy, help relieving negative energy.
And
Oh,
that was a selenite? Selenite?
yeah,
Yeah, which I
yeah.
know when people do like readings and crystal grids and stuff, they kind of use them as like a grounding, a filter, like you were mentioning, That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And this is a moonstone, a big piece.
Whoa, that's interesting. Talk about that one. I don't know too much about that one. Never seen one. That's awesome. Looks like
That is,
snow with little meteorites on the top of it.
I
That's
wish
awesome.
I remembered. I should have looked it up, but it does a lot of things like intuitive stuff, your psychic abilities. It works with a lot of your like abilities, helps you focus on them and sharpen them.
Yeah, looks like something you would find in a cavern with the smoothness, like it's had water over it for a long amount of time. It's cool. Oh wow, what you got there?
This is tourmaline, black tourmaline. There's a little
Oh
bit of
yeah.
crystal in there.
Oh wow, that's cool. That's different. Wow, that's a good one. And what?
The more common version you see are the ones that look like this one.
Yeah, that's the more common. I like the one that has the little crystal kind of embedded in there. That's
Yeah.
cool.
And uh, I initially wanted smaller pieces, but I just had it. Or I just ordered more. But these I love these. These are protection. I sleep with these a lot because they're good protection against all sorts of negative things and grounding. Really, grounding helps. I have to ground. Everything I have is to help ground too.
It's good for grounding and
Mm-hmm.
protection. Okay, that's awesome. Beautiful
Yeah,
rock.
protects. Yeah, protection from negative spirits, dark entities. That protects really good.
Awesome.
So when it's kind of like a mind thing. When you understand you're protected, then it
Hmm.
helps you fight back them illusions when they're trying to make you scared of something, and you're like, oh, I'm protected. I'm good. I'm not scared.
Yeah,
You know, it helps with that persona.
that's
Oh, and then
awesome.
the
Oh,
sunlight.
oh
That's my
yeah,
last.
that's a cool one.
Yeah, that's my last
Oh,
one.
now I see the purple. You were showing me that earlier, and now I see it. Yeah, there's a purple in there. Look at that.
Yeah, like dark purple with white. So the
Yeah,
polished. Oh, and it's got a little sparkle. There you go.
yeah, there is some sparkles. Wow, that's a cool one. And what's up with that one?
Well, this one helps with a lot of psychic abilities and protects against psychic attacks. So I like this one, and it removes blocks. It keeps your energy flowing, and it doesn't let your energy block.
Oh, wow, that's
Yeah.
very useful.
Oh yeah, because I had an instance where I was helping a famous person actually, and he had some wraith, and somehow this strong being was able to turn my chakras off. Everything shut down, and I felt crappy. I physically could feel what it did to me spiritually,
Yeah,
and so I started hanging on to this, so it can't turn nothing off.
yeah,
So you learn to protect yourself from things. It's like it was a learning experience. Like some of that stuff I want to say like almost like a simulation. Some of it's like training too.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like training you in different scenarios that could happen to you. So
Yeah,
learn how to protect yourself and help others. I think a
yeah.
lot of huh?
I like that one. That last one you showed was really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely a very handy one if someone wants to get that just for a tool to help.
Mm-hmm.
I literally, even if I don't have pockets, I tuck them in my bra.
Okay. So
I
you
always tuck the crystals in my bra. It's
they
funny.
can always be with you, in your shoes and your pants and your shirts and your hats and your glasses, everywhere.
Mhm.
Have your glasses made out of crystal? That would be pretty
Oh,
cool.
yeah, that would. That'd be awesome.
That's actually a really good idea, but
Hmm.
really expensive too. But
Well,
yeah,
well,
so
I'm not sure how true it is, but and you can look when you look in someone's eyes too, and you see that hint of light. It's like extra reflective the stronger spiritually you get because your light just reflects out more, and you'll
yeah,
start noticing a difference the way your eyes shine and bounce all the light back.
yeah. And with moving forward before we close things out and stuff, what are you doing now? What projects do you have on? Are there any final words or thoughts of, your journey and what you want to say to people and how they can get in contact with you and all of that good stuff?
Oh, yeah. Well, I have Twitter. I have Discord. I know some people are funny about Discord, but surprisingly there's a lot of spiritual community in Discord. Not necessarily the greatest, but so there's people out there. You just gotta pick and choose and sense the energy out. You know, actually, some of them spiritual things on Discord are a little spooky because it's like when you go in, people will get like hooked with energy. There's a lot of things you learn. Energy vampires, you learn fast.
Hmm.
How about that whole darker side of things?
I I used to use TikTok, so I know. I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I get it.
and you learn who not to talk to. I learned to just block. Like when someone says they're helping, you could tell they're just trying to tell you what you want to hear. That's some people you tune into the energy and just use that. What you're
Hmm.
basically reflecting from yourself, they just tune into that to tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah. Now, are you doing anything on YouTube? I heard earlier saying you wanted to do something on YouTube. Do you got a channel here on YouTube?
Oh yes, I Angel Wings. I have a channel. I need a certain amount of subscribers. I'm to 35.
Well, that's it. This is the time to throw it out there, especially
Yeah.
with everyone in the live chat that talks to you every week. They all know you. They've seen you around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, go give her a follow, subscribe to her page, and check it out.
Yeah,
And
definitely. That as soon as I got enough to go live, man, I even wanted to, because I have UFOs outside my house all the time. I
mhm.
have this. I even have a picture I should have sent you so you could have showed it on here, but I didn't think of it at the time. But it literally, I got such a close up of this orb that it looks like a bean inside.
Oh wow, that's awesome. That's really cool. I've seen a lot of those. Orbs can have. I have my one friend. I mean, like physically in the picture, it was massive, and inside of it, in cursive, perfectly, is the word love. Inside of the orb, I've never seen nothing like. I'm like, what? What's going? So these energies can spell now. What's going on here?
Yes.
It's wild.
I
Wild
know.
stuff.
It's
That's
it's like
awesome.
they're learning themselves how to communicate to us better,
Yeah.
or try to make it easier for us at least.
And with your YouTube, I know you can't go live, but just make some short videos talking about things
Hmm.
just to get it out there, have something, and you'll get there, and
Yeah.
you'll be able to get to that point. And yeah, and so everyone out there, if you want to reach out to Angel Wings, you will find all of her information in the description. Make sure you go check that out, along with my socials, contact, the merch store, Telegram, Alliance of Experiencers, all that good stuff. Also, please make sure to hit that like button, help drive the algorithm. They hating on me, trying to hold me back, and I ain't stopping. I don't care, but it's a big help. And Angel Wings, it's been a blast. And I just want to personally thank you for being such a awesome supporter of the channel, showing so much love and respect and dignity to all the guests that have ever came on. I'm so happy you're a part of this family. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna enjoy getting to know you through this interview a little bit more, and they'll reach out to you in the
Hmm.
description. So, yeah, really appreciate it. Thanks again so much for sharing your story and always supporting. Really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. I love sharing everything, and there I have so many other things too. So don't be afraid to reach out and talk to me. I have so many experiences. It's hard to just put it all in just an hour.
Yeah. And we definitely didn't get to all of it. We talked the other day and there was a lot of things we didn't get around to. She definitely
Hmm.
has a lot and she's really down to earth. So anyone that wants to reach out, she'll definitely hit you up. You're not going to be blackballed and thrown to a waiting list or anything. She's a real person,
Hmm.
and that's what it's all about. So thank you so much. And everyone, I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful week. And remember, this is a new era of contact. We're making it happen. Disclosure is now. And we appreciate it. And we will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Hey everyone, check out the Order of Light merchandise store. We got a lot of different t-shirts there. The Humans Aren't Real, Lower Always Creek Incident. We got tank tops and Merkaba. We got stickers, glasses, a lot of different glasses, so get thirsty. We got bags. I live in New Jersey. We don't have bags anymore, so it's really nice. We got flip-flops, hoodies, and all the ladies out there, we got a bunch of awesome merchandise for you. Please join the YouTube membership for my channel. You will get exclusive badges, really awesome emojis, member-only live streams, posts, and chats and connections with me for only $5.99 a month. See you there.